This corner at Hope Road and Trafalgar Road usually have a whole heap of traffic and enough noise. A lot more than you heard just now. But did you know that this used to be one of the boastiest addresses in Jamaica? Yeah, man. About 150 years ago, right on this corner, you had four mansions that were built by four men who people thought would amount to nothing. Back in those days, they really shouldn't have. The system wasn't built for it. But they did. And they settled here, and because of them, this place became known as Millionaire's Corner. How much of you knew this? I certainly didn't. Stay with me as I tell you about the men who came from nothing and made this corner something. Hi, my name is Claudette, and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. No, the Don Pandakana is Devon House. Some of you already know part of this story if you've been following the channel, because I did a video on the man who built it. George Stiebel was born in the 1820s to a Jamaican housekeeper and a German Jewish merchant. He was bullied as a child, left school at 14, and became a carpenter's apprentice. He sailed ships between the Americas, lost everything in a storm, and rebuilt himself in Venezuela with nothing but the money strapped to his body in a leather belt. By the time he came back home to Jamaica, he was the island's first black millionaire. In 1879, he bought 53 acres of land from the Anglican Church on Hope Road, and in 1881, he built Devon House. It was 2 stories of Jamaica Georgian architecture, with sweeping staircases, antique furnishings sourced from Jamaica, England, and France. On the grounds, there was a racetrack and a ballroom so grand that Stibel cooled it with blocks of ice imported specially for his parties. This man wanted Kingston to know he had arrived, and he made sure of it. Stibble didn't stop there. He owned 99 properties across the island, served as Custos of St. Andrew, helped fund the 1891 Jamaica International Exhibition, and received the CMG from Queen Victoria. Devon House was the crown of everything he built, proof in stone of a life that no one who knew that bullied schoolboy could have predicted. A few years after Devon House was built, a man named Louis Francis Verley built the second great mansion at Millionaire's Corner. Verley was born in 1817 to a family of French origin who came to Jamaica from Saint Domingue, which we know today as Haiti. The Verleys were planters and merchants, established and connected, part of the old money fabric of colonial Jamaican society. Around 1885, Verley bought Abbey Court. It was a great house it had a great house that stood on that property since before 1815, and he made it his family home. He and his wife Eliza Jane lived there as he grew richer through crops, merchant trading, and property, eventually owning the Quebec Lodge lands and other holdings across the parish. The Verley family stayed at Abbey Court for decades. Louis' son Ernest became a horse breeder and the vice chairman of the Jamaica Jockey Club. And the family remained woven into Kingston's upper social world. But Abbey Court didn't end as gracefully as Devon House. By 1934, the house was for sale. In the 1940s, it became a hotel, and in the early 1960s, it was demolished completely. Apartment blocks went up where those grand rooms once stood, and the Abbey Court apartments and condominiums occupy that land today. Not a trace of the mansion remains. The third house at Millionaire's Corner belonged to the Finzi family, Daniel and his son Eugene. The Finzis were liquor merchants and property owners who acquired land at the corner of Trafalgar and Hope Roads, which was once part of Winchester Park Pen, and built their family home there. They named it Reka Dom, which means beautiful house. The Finzis were part of Jamaica's Sephardic Jewish community, a community with roots on the island going back centuries. Jewish merchants and planters had been part of Jamaica's commercial life since the 1600s, and by the 19th century, families like the Finzis were established pillars of Kingston's business world. Reka Dom served as a family home for decades until the 1930s when, following the same part as Abbey Court, it was converted into a hotel. In 1960, the YMCA acquired the property and eventually demolished the house to expand their facilities. Today at 21 Hope Road, where Daniel and Eugene Finzi once entertained Kingston's finest, the YMCA stands. Only the original fence and entrance gates of Reka Dom survive, still marking the place where the house once was. Have you ever been to the YMCA? Let me know in the comments. Last upon the corner, we have the fourth great house, which was called Melrose Lodge. Historians haven't fully identified its original owner because the lodge changed hands several times over the decades. And by 1955, the property had been subdivided and the lodge demolished. Today, that corner holds the Salvation Army headquarters, a Nigerian High Commission office, and a Popeyes. This corner demonstrates one of the things that still identifies the spirit of Jamaica today: resilience. Look at this intersection and imagine for a moment as it was in the 1880s. At that time, it held something that was almost impossible to find somewhere else in the colonial Caribbean: a black man's mansion, a French Creole merchant's mansion, and a Jewish family's mansion, all standing together. These were people from very different backgrounds, but each had managed to navigate a world that placed limits on them and still build lives of success nonetheless. So, the next time you're driving through the Hope Road and Trafalgar Road intersection, slow down for a second. Look at Devon House on your left, that white mansion behind the trees. And then look at the apartment blocks, the YMCA, the corners where the other great houses stood. You're driving through one of the most historically significant intersections on this island. Four fortunes, four families, four houses that told the story of a Jamaica fighting in its own complicated way to be more than a colony. Only one survived, but the story of all four deserves to be told. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Drop a comment, share it with someone who loves Jamaican history. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified each time I post a video. Thanks for watching. My name is Claudette and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. Walk good.